What is going on, people of YouTube? My name has to be Kurtyoy and welcome to our video. Now, before I say anything else, dreams do come reality. 5,000 to 1, Leicester have actually won the league, and huge credit, I think, from mutuals everywhere. I think even Spurs fans, even after last night's game, can be congratulating Leicester and what they've done. It is, I would easily say, the most incredible thing to happen in teams, or at least in team sport, in sport in general, ever. And that is not coming from a football fan, that's coming from a fan of many sports. Something like this doesn't happen every year, every 10 years, every 100 years. It barely happens ever, if it's ever happened. 5,000 to 1, relegation favourites. One of the teams that were favourites to be round the relegation battle area, and they've stormed across against all the odds, and they've won the league. And I was one that always doubted, said they might slip up here, they might slip up there, they might slip up here, they might slip up there. But they've proved everyone wrong, and I think this whole season in the general has proved a lot of things wrong. Can someone buy the league? In the end, that's proven to be wrong, because Leicester, they did its own players, and you can say that they bought players like Inler and Armati in, but a lot of them didn't make it into the first team. The Tinkerman kept a solid 11 throughout most of the season. You look at 2016, I think the most changes you can say is when Simpson got sent off, he was replaced. I think when Vardy got sent off, he was replaced. But apart from that, you've got Schlupp coming in, starting a few games. You've got Jabba coming in, starting a few games. That's generally all you can think of. It has been a fantastic season for Leicester, and team spirit prevails. The only bad thing, and the only I really wanted Tottenham to win the game versus Chelsea for the simple reason I think Leicester were going to win the league anyway. I think they were going to beat Everton, sorry. And I really wanted the scenes to be at Leicester. As much as it was fantastic to see all the celebrations, if you haven't gone to Leicester City's Twitter and watched some of the celebrations, you can see how much it means to the players. I mean, it is phenomenal to watch, and it is honestly like tear-jerking watching it. It's really high emotions in those videos. But where I'm coming from is that I really wanted to see Leicester, hit the final whistle at their stadium, winning, let's say, 2-3-0 against Everton, and just see the scenes and the players realise on the pitch they've done it after working hard throughout the whole season, another 90 minutes done, and knowing on the pitch that they've won. That's what I wanted to see. I'm not going to complain the way they did it. I think Leicester deserved winners. And if it comes down to it, do I think I can pull it off next year? Yes, most definitely. It's possible. Although you could say a lot of teams had a bad season this year, Leicester City had a phenomenal season, and we can't take that away from them. But I'm not going to talk about Leicester for the whole of this video. Let's move on to Chelsea versus Spurs, which ended 2-2. I'll say 2 late goals. One late goal from Eden Hazard in the last 10 minutes grabbed Chelsea the points and Leicester the title. And I can see, looking at Twitter, although there's a huge congratulations, and you see the spike in activity on Twitter is phenomenal. Leicester City's photo saying we are champions has been up for about 12 hours, I think, 14 hours around there, has 380,000 and counting retweets, which is absolutely phenomenal. And from a Tottenham fan's perspective, I don't think a lot of hate should be sent to them. I've seen quite a bit of hate towards the way their players acted, and you can say that. The Dembele claw, the Lamela stamp, Michel Vorm at the end of the game losing his temper. I think the claw and the stamp. I mean, the claw definitely will be a ban. The stamp, he didn't. It looked like he intended it, but of course, it looks as if there was no remorse. So obviously, I think he knew what he was doing. But when it comes to yellow cards, I think it just shows how much passion there is also from Spurs, because you're forgetting they're a team as well. That if Leicester wouldn't have had this season, I think Tottenham would have walked the league by now, because they've got such a team unit. And again, Leicester City are a unit, they're a team, they're not a bunch of players playing in a team, they are a team. And same with Spurs, they are a team. You look at 2016 for them, it's been the usual, Lloris in goal, the same back four, with maybe Trippier coming in a few times at right back, and maybe Davies coming in a few times at left back. You've got two central midfielders in Dier and Dembele sitting there pretty much the whole time. Ali, Eriksson and Lamela sitting there pretty much the whole time, and Kane has, been there for the whole of the season. And they're another team, and you could see how much it meant to them as well, the fact that their title hopes, their thin title hopes, were slipping away because they were giving away silly fouls. It was just a frustration in the end. And that's where I think, you can't really hate too much on them, because they were so close. They could feel it, and they just couldn't get that last bit. They lost the final goal. It was a worldie of a goal. I'll go on to Hazard in a second. But Spurs, in the end, they were unfortunate that Leicester had such a fantastic season. Can they do good next season? Definitely. They keep hold of all their players, and they bring in a few more, at least the majority of them, bring in a few more, either to replace the big players, or maybe get a few extra players in, like an extra striker, because at the moment it's only Kane. Son's a winger, he can play there, and G has been non-existent. But, fair play to Chelsea. They came back. I really didn't expect them. I cashed out on my bet on Spurs Chelsea to draw, and now I look like a muppet because I've lost. I think it's only a quid bet, so it's only £2.50 that I've lost. But, nevertheless, it is money lost also. But, credit where credit's due. Tottenham have had a fantastic season. They've got to finish strong. They could be about half their players, because you're thinking Lamela could be banned for the rest of the season. The same with Dembele, same with Dier, another one. And, looking at Rose going off injured, Alderweireld going off injured, there's a lot to say, and I feel like they've got to end it strong, but at the end of the day, you can't hate much, because you can see how much it means to them, and how, devastating it was for them to lose the title, and, you got to feel for them. And I think what I'm talking about when it's like a unit, you've seen teams like Man City bought loads of players. Fair enough, some of them have played incredibly well. You look at Kevin De Bruyne, it's been a fantastic signing, worth every single penny spent on him. Then you've got Raheem Sterling, who has been below average, let's be honest. And you've got Manchester United, who have spent loads and loads of money. You've got Chelsea, who have spent quite a bit as well. Maybe not on the players in the right positions, but a lot of money as well. You've also got Liverpool, who have spent quite a bit. Nothing really happened with them. And I think it shows the teams are always doing well. You look at Bournemouth, they are, you could say they are championship players, or a championship team surviving in the Premier League, because they are a team. They've barely changed since they've come up from the Championship, and they've survived in the Premier League because they are a team. You look at West Ham, new manager comes in, a bit of money spent on Payet and other players, but they're a team. They lock in, they work together. If one player, is down, the rest of them are trying to lift them back up. It is a team effort, whereas you look at, sometimes in City, but Iheanacho's gone to celebrate a goal, there's no one around him. When you see like goals for West Ham and Leicester and Tottenham, the whole team is celebrating because they are a team. And I mentioned West Ham and Bournemouth. You look at Newcastle, spent a lot of money, and they're really, really struggling. Look at Aston Villa, spent a lot of money, £50 million on players, and they got relegated weeks ago. It was confirmed after the first few games of the season, when they couldn't even, string a few passes together. And that's what's amazing about this season. So many myths about you can buy the league, you can buy this, you can buy that, have been completely washed away by the fact of, a team. A team of players has won. A team of players is probably going to come second. A team of players is surviving in the Premier League. A team of players could even nick fourth in West Ham. I think that's what's so amazing about this league. But, credit to Leicester. Fantastic season next season. Would I put money on them to win? I'd put a sneaky bet, because their odds will still be quite low. I think it's like 25 to 1 I'm looking at the moment. 33 to 1 I've seen a few times. I'm not too sure. I don't think I've seen anywhere that has odds on them to win for next season. But it'd be worth a cheeky tenner, I'm not going to lie. But congratulations to Leicester. Coming from someone who's doubted them a lot, it is really, really great to see. And hopefully we'll see another performance like that next season. Of course, things will change. New managers, everywhere. New teams everywhere. Going to be spending a lot on players. But will they have the team effect that Leicester have in their current team? Who knows? Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe and all that business. Remember, spread love and not hate. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.